It's fall here in Minnesota, and I love fall. It'd be my favorite season of the year if winter didn't invariably follow it, and it's still kind of my favorite anyway. The way the colors on the leaves change and the cooler temperatures, fall is pretty amazing here. Of course, with fall also comes the never-ending task of raking leaves. I recently raked my lawn, and because it was a bit windy, by the time I was done, the lawn was littered with leaves again. Keeping the yard clear of debris is a never-ending task, it seems. Which feels like a fitting analogy for my life right now, honestly. I know how the lawn feels. A momentary clearing disappears in seconds with the burst of a strong breeze and the relentless falling leaves of life. I recently lost my dog Bingley to cancer. He'd been sick for a while, but at the end it went so quickly. One Tuesday he was swimming in the river, and by that Friday he was gone. To make matters worse, I was away from home when it happened. I didn't really get to say goodbye in the way I would have liked. Grief is funny. It comes out and grabs you at the most inopportune times, and the things that set you off are often the dumb little things. The can of leftover dog food in the fridge that you tried to feed him the day before he died. Washing the couch cover, knowing that you're washing away the remnants of the dog hair he's left behind. And then there's the expected things, like the hugs, cards, and flowers from friends near and far. Each one throws me for a loop, and I find myself crying again, and feeling the weight of the loss as keenly as in the first moments after I knew he was gone. It's been a hard few weeks dealing with Bingley's loss, but also handling the unrelenting nature of my life right now. I can't catch my breath because there isn't time or space for it. Every time I feel like I've cleared a space to pause and reflect and to heal, life throws something else my way. Sometimes it seems like you'll soon be buried so deep that you won't be able to breathe under the weight of it. But what has gotten me through the last few weeks is relying heavily on my coping strategies. I've pulled all of them out of my tool belt: the rake, the leaf blower, the lawnmower, and even my own bare hands. I'm throwing everything I have at these unrelenting leaves of life. I'm pouring every ounce of my energy into self-care strategies I can think of, things like talking with friends and loved ones, reading, writing, running, playing basketball, meditating, singing. I've been doing them all to try to clear a space for normalcy again. And sometimes it still doesn't feel like enough. Like I'm never going to see a patch of clear green grass again, despite trying everything I know. Dear viewer, if you're like me and are feeling buried in the onslaught of life, it's okay. All you can do is the best you can with what you have in every moment. That's it, and it's enough. And sometimes your best is going to seem pretty crappy by your previous standards. Sometimes it's going to be just getting out of bed in the morning. Sometimes it's going to be writing a single email and calling that your full day's worth of work. Sometimes it's going to be going for a run and feeling a little unburdened for a few moments for the first time in weeks. And sometimes it's going to be singing a familiar tune and feeling the sheer emotion choke you so hard that you can hardly breathe. And sometimes you want to curse the leaves for falling and for filling the space that you wanted to keep so pristine and safe. Sometimes you may want to climb up into the tree with a roll of duct tape and some super glue to try to hold the leaves in place a little longer so you won't have to face them yet. And sometimes the knowledge that they're coming, that they will fall, and that life will rain down a torrent of everything it can throw at you, it will feel like too much. I've been in all of those places in the last few weeks, yet as hard as it's been, each of those experiences has felt in some ways like a tiny win, like progress, like living again. And some days, dear viewer, you'll wake up and have the strength to pull out the rake again, to clear a momentary patch of sun-spotted joy. Some days you can acknowledge that even though the leaves will continue to fall, you will continue to move through them. Life moves forward, unrelenting. There's no stopping it. And that, dear viewer, that is the gift.